we didn't record the beginning of this, so that's okay. I'm recording now. So that's the second piece of this. The third piece we're going to do tonight, and we're going to start with this: your ideal body and your ideal life. Think about what that is. We're going to do an exercise. I hope you've been practicing the perfect day meditation, but we're going to really do an exercise around how to see yourself differently. And it's super fun. It's something I do a lot, and it's really created a new life that I love. The next thing we're going to do, you probably already made your food commitment or your commitment to yourself, but I really wanted to go over it with you to lock it in and make sure that you are making a huge commitment to yourself. Because the more of a commitment that you make to yourself to do this, and the more you can discover why it's important, and it's important now, not 6 months, a year, 3 years from now, hey, that's when you're going to make this work. You're going to make it stick. So we're going to make the commitment to ourselves. But even before that, most of you know, I think it's really super important to love yourself, to really, really love yourself. The more you love, I like to call it a female animal or a male animal. But imagine yourself as a gazelle or whatever animal you see yourself as that beautiful swan, that beautiful tigress. Just get your female animal in your head right now. Can you see it? Do you have it? What would you be if you were in your ideal body and your ideal life? Think about that. How would you treat yourself if you were this beautiful female animal? And you don't have to answer that, but think about it. What would be different? How would you go through life with ease instead of plowing through in survival mode? So many of us do that, and if you don't, hats off. That's wonderful. But so many of us do. So we're going to get started with a love yourself exercise. And I have a mirror. I'm just using this mirror to demonstrate. It's so fun to do this. So this week, I want you to challenge yourself with your mirror. And there's a label on it. I think it says made in Japan. Anyway, see the label when I'm looking at it. I got these at the dollar store. So I want you, every time you're putting your makeup on, you're at the mirror in the morning, I want you to look in your reflection and say to yourself, I love you. And say your name and just say, I love you. But don't just say, I love you. I love you. Let it sink into every cell of your body. Let it sink in from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. And really, really let it sink in. What's going to happen in the beginning is you're going to see that little 6-year-old, okay? That little 6-year-old that says, Nanny, Nanny, I really have a lot of faults. Maybe you're going to see a few wrinkles, but none of you have wrinkles, right? So maybe you're going to see something you don't like about your body. You'll start thinking about a place in your body that you really don't like, and you're going to start criticizing yourself. Stop that. Just say, I love you. After about the 6th or 7th day, this will get easier. If you haven't done it before, it's something I recommend you do every single day. So my late husband was very, very critical, and I had to start doing this. So I've been doing this for about 30 years, and my self-esteem back then is so different than it is now, and it's really easy to take care of this female animal that I live in because I tell myself I love myself. So we're just going to do something fun. So I want you to take your hands and place them on your head like this. Everybody got that? Take a big deep breath in. And not just in your diaphragm, big deep breath in your gut, okay? We need to oxygenate your body. And then, I love you. Say, I love you. And take your hands place them over your head, bring them down, say, I love you. And do this slowly and sensuously. Bring them on your neck, I love you. Don't go very fast. Really get it in. Think, I love you. Bring it over your chest. I so love you. Say it about yourself. Say your first name. Say, I am so special and I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, 2 more times, guys. Ready? I love you. I love you. You are so special. You're amazing. And I love that you're taking care of yourself. I love you. I love you. Feel it. Get sensual. Get sensual like your female animal. I love you. 1 more time. Ready? I love you. I really, really love you. I really, really love you. Bring it down. Exhale. I love you. Woo! Great job. Woo! You guys did so fabulously. And you all were playing along. So many people have such a hard time with that one. So it's really fun. So your challenge this week, along with your additional play work, is to look in the mirror, see yourself there, and really tell yourself you love yourself and feel it. But I'm going to give you another time to do this exercise. So does anyone ever have any cravings? You guys probably don't have any cravings, right? After delicious detox, your cravings go away a lot better. But this is a great exercise that I love you. When a craving comes up, I always say pause when agitated. And so when the craving comes up, remind yourself to feed yourself a better food by reminding yourself that you live in this beautiful, amazing female animal, and you need to take care of yourself and really, really love yourself. So because we have a small group tonight, let's go over the shares first, and then and I'd like you to share on the questions that we sent to you. And I want to give a big shout out to Penelope. She does a lot of the back end work, so I can be more of the creative. So thank you, Penelope. And we had some questions that Penelope sent out to you today. You know, my question is, what are you really hungry for? So many of us eat the wrong foods, or I'm not just saying you eat the wrong foods, like food, you know, broccoli and things like that. By the way, this was my dinner. I steamed some broccoli with some nutritional yeast. It was so good. But what are the foods that you feed yourself with? What do you tell yourself all throughout the day? What do you do for tons of people and you give yourself the crumbs? Or are you always working for everybody else and not taking care of yourself in the way you should? So we think of feeding ourselves food, but maybe you're not doing the things that you really love because you're taking care of everyone else. Are you doing what you're really hungry for? And or maybe like what Linda said on the call last week, you know, we try and do everything, but we really can't because the day just goes by. I want you to do the things that are most important to you, not most important to do, not like cleaning the house and stuff. Most important to you, do those first. And next session, you're going to learn about an exercise to really go with the flow and give yourself what you need, because when you do that, what happens is, it's so fun, because what happens is the other things stop mattering. You know, you've got this long to-do list. The other things just really stop mattering. So the questions were, what am I really craving? What am I trying to numb with my food cravings? And what message or alarm is my body sending me? And so for those, I know there's some of us who eat really, really well. So that's something to really look at. What message or alarm is my body sending to me by our symptoms? What's happening in your body? Maybe aches and pains, maybe even some hormonal symptoms like bloat, things like hair falling out, So before we go into the meditation, I thought because we have a small group tonight, why don't we share? So Barbara, why don't you tell us what happened with you this week and a little bit about what your female animal is feeling around those questions.
My female animal is this zebra. No, I don't have a female animal. I have a favorite animal, and I know why I picked that animal to be my favorite, and that's a giraffe because she's tall and slender and can see everywhere and is kind of, she moves with elegance, and I love giraffes. So
beautiful. Well, can you see yourself as a giraffe?
No, I can't.
If you saw yourself as a giraffe, how would you feed yourself?
A lot of greens, right?
Well, is that just like the rote answer, or is that something you really believe?
What, that the giraffe would eat a lot of greens?
Well, if you were this amazing giraffe, would you be eating a lot of greens?
I would.
So on the detox, I'd like you to imagine yourself as the giraffe. So, because it's a metaphor, of course.
Right.
But as you imagine yourself there, you can achieve it when you see it. You're not going to turn into a giraffe.
No.
But you're going to be walking more tall, strong, and you're going to be feeding yourself a lot of greens. So how did the detox go this week? Did you start it? And wherever you are, it's perfect. So know that. There's no judgment.
So, I mean, I think that I was definitely more mindful. I did some of the detox. I did a lot of the recipes. I mean, I did the celery juice or a green juice every day. I did the lemon, but I didn't do the whole lemon. I did lemon juice and hot water, and that's what I drank in the morning. I made bone broth. I made your beef and mushroom dish. I made their turkey chili, the porridge and the apple and the cinnamon. I made that. Had the CFT tea. I definitely practiced to stop when I was full, and that's a mindful thing. It's 20 minutes for your stomach to feel that you're full, and so that definitely helped. I did listen to The Perfect Day. I love that Southwestern kind of Indian, American Indian music behind it. I loved that. And as far as the detox go, I mean, I think I did pretty good. I mean, I guess, what do I crave? This sounds awful, okay? And I only started craving this, like Linda can relate, since I've been home working. I'm like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I just want to have a little, cocktail. And I haven't done that every night, but so I haven't given up like having a cocktail at the end of the week or, that I haven't given up, but I have really paid attention to how I feel. And it's so true. And I didn't know this to be honestly true, is that what you eat, you feel. And for me, because I've had so much digestive problems, I swear, I don't know what my doctor thought when I told him this, but I could feel my food moving in me at different places. It's just crazy. But, I know that I feel better eating better. There's absolutely hands down, no doubt about it, and so I have roasted broccoli, and I've eaten spinach and salads and things like that. But just, I liked what you said when you started, because I've looked at all the recipes, and then some of them are a little bit, they're not overwhelming, but they're time consuming. Some things are more time consuming than others. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's like, take that detox list and eat what you like and make what you like. So, yeah.
Beautiful. And everybody, wouldn't you agree she's done a lot? Did you hear how you, like you were making it like, yeah, I haven't done it 100%. But I want you to give yourself a big hug and congratulate yourself, because I think you've done a lot. Good job. Who's next? Who would like to share about what happened with you this week?
she's a hard act to follow.
I know. Go for it, Linda.
Well, let's see, for this week. So we're in the midst of a move. We're in a new home, new state, meeting, neighbors kind of from a distance. So it's been kind of crazy. So I think what I'm proud of this week is just probably about a week behind you guys, but just in terms of the mindful eating. So we have jackhammers and stuff starting at 6 a.m. in the morning. So when I wake up, that's kind of what wakes me up. So I don't do the, consider my ideal life and all of that when I'm lying in bed because it's jackhammering away. But what I have been doing is I get up and I go outside for a walk, and there's a nice little park area nearby. So I'll sit and I'll do like a meditation at that point in time. The other thing I've been doing is to, take the time and doing the 5 breaths before I eat and being mindful about what I'm eating. But again, because it's so crazy around my house, I've been packing a picnic basically and then taking it out to the park. But I sit on the ground and just being grounded. It's like doing yoga on the mat, like being on Mother Earth feels good. And so I've been doing it out there. And that's made a big difference just in terms of putting myself, I feel like I'm really putting myself first and taking that time is to go and eat my own meal in a park. It felt very selfish at the beginning. I still struggle with that a little bit. Like, I should be home and making food for my husband and, doing the dishes or something different. So that's been kind of a big step. It's not ingrained in me yet, but it's a good step forward.
It is a good step forward, and it's practice, practice, practice.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about feeling selfish. So when you're at the park with that food and your husband's not there and you've made this great little picnic for yourself, I'd like you to try on something. Just say, wow, I deserve this. I deserve this. So this is something I struggled with. And I had a life coach that I worked with for 2 years, about 15 years ago. And every single week, she made me write she asked me to write my I deserve list. I deserve to be taken care of. I deserve success. I deserve abundance. I deserve to be with someone I love. And I deserve to have a body and life that I love. And I'm telling you, it made a huge difference in my life. So I don't know if anyone wants to take that on, but that's what got me out of feeling like I had to take care of everyone else. And I was the breadwinner. I was mom. I had a very, very high-powered job. And I really had to learn to take care of me. So good for you. You're doing it. I mean, you did it. You did it. And that little voice in our head still says, oh, it's selfish. And I know it's hard to get that to go away. So you might try on an I deserve. Great job, Linda. So Monica or Linda Connors, which one of you would you like to go next? How about Monica? You want to go? I'm going to unmute you.
Hi, Catherine. I can go next, of course.
Hi there. Perfect.
How are you doing? Good.
So good. Thank you.
So I think I'll start first of all with your recipe. So celery juice is so hit in my family. Almost every evening I make that. My husband just take that for dinner sometimes. So we are making that every day. So instead of sometimes ghee, we put butter because that makes it a little different kind of flavor. So sometimes I alternate. So it's coming out pretty good, and we are doing that every day. Another thing I changed, I was very lazy with exercising, but I'm getting so regular. I am doing yoga and my stretches and some light exercises.
Beautiful. Great job.
Yeah, I quit tea. I still crave for that. I did cheat once or twice.
Well, we don't cheat. We make our bodies a science experiment.
So I did. I will say, I'm like, okay, I will take few sips, just less than half cup, because I'm just craving, but not in the morning, because morning, like you said, is the worst time to drink tea. The morning I eat my good breakfast, but in the evening, occasionally I took it. I'm getting there. I will quit that completely. And I need to be more regular with lemon water. My question to you, is it we need to take it first thing in the morning, or we can take any time during the day?
So good question. So why do we drink lemon water? So, and do we need to drink it in the morning or at night? Now, I personally drink it all day long. And you can buy a lemon essential oil, and you can drop a few drops in your water, which makes it super easy. It doesn't quite do the same thing. It doesn't have the enzymes, and it's a really good solution. But I always do, I blend a big picture of this. This is a whole lemon in quarters with the olive oil and purified water. Now, the peels have something called limonene, and limonene is amazing. Number one, it alkalizes your body. It lowers any cholesterol issues. It gives you incredible energy. It just goes into your body and it improves the pH levels. Limonene is the substance, and there's a little bit of limonene in your lemon, but there's a lot more limonene in the peel. And we don't even think of that. And I'm looking for, I made a list because I didn't want to miss anything. So it's an anti-inflammatory. So if you've got anything, any inflammation in your body, the limonene is a great anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. So it makes it so we don't oxidize and we stay pretty healthy. It's an anti-cancer. It helps with heart disease, cholesterol, and it's just an overall really, really good for your health. But it's funny, some of you have reached out to me personally, have told me that the lemon water with olive oil, well, it gives you really, really good BMs, okay? And you guys know I'm all about poop. So the better your poop is, the better your health is. So, just be conscious of that. It needs to look like a snake, and it needs to be kind of, like a snake. And if it's not, you're probably not as healthy as you could be. So just watch that. And there is the Bristol stool chart. You can look it up online, and you can see you want to be between 3 and 4, and it's the little snake-like BM. But my sister, who can't be with us on these calls, she works at night, but she's actually in this group with us, and she goes, I can't believe how many BMs I'm having a day, and it's so good. But the reason for that is there is a mucoid plaque in your colon that gets clogged, just like a pipe gets clogged. And with the more of the lemon juice, especially with the rind and the limonene, it's cleaning you out. So even if you haven't eaten that much, you're going to get a lot more out the other end. So probably TMI, okay? Did you have a question, Barbara?
You can't put like liquid stevia in that, can you? Or would that, you could? And that would be okay?
Totally okay. I mean, you wouldn't want to put, if you have candida, we're going to talk about candida. Linda Connors had a question on how to heal candida. So we're going to talk about that tonight. But, of course you could put stevia in it. Anything you need to get it down is better. I mean, you don't want to put sugar in it, but stevia is totally acceptable. Personally, I don't like stevia. It's got that kind of aftertaste. So I would use like a Lakanto, a monk fruit, or, a different sweetener. But the truth is, after a while, if you drink it for a while, you get used to the bitterness and you start liking it. So.
What about like, you always hear about the enamel on your teeth or the citrus,
Straw, baby.
Oh, straw. Okay.
Then it goes over my teeth. I always drink it with a straw.
Is that glass, is it clear or is it white, or is what I'm saying?
Glass. So when you blend the rind with everything, the clear glass, so it shows, it looks white.
White.
Yeah, clear glass. And your straw.
How often do you drink that?
All day long.
All day.
So you do more than one lemon?
Usually I dilute it. I do 1 lemon and I put it in a big pitcher and I drink it all day long. And then sometimes I don't feel like this. I feel like, I want a little change. So then I'll do just purified water. But make sure everyone, that's a good point. You need to be getting your water. at least half your weight, half your body weight in ounces of water. And it has to be purified water. If you're drinking tap water, there's so many chemicals, so many preservatives in it. You don't want to be drinking tap water. So just purify your water.
So when I tried to make that with the whole lemon, I don't have a Vitamix, and I
Okay.
have I don't know what I have. It's like the NutriBullet, but it's a blender, and it was so gritty that I couldn't do it. Like it was just like that texture of like I was drinking sand. That's kind of what it, I was
How
like,
long did you
oh.
blend it for?
I let it sit because I tried it and then I couldn't drink it, so I put it back and I blended it for a little more. Yeah. It just doesn't
The
like
Vitamix,
smooth out.
it's come down in price a lot. It used to be about $550. And the new one that my husband got for me, it was on sale at Costco. It wasn't even on sale, it was a regular price for $274. So, save your pennies and invest in a good Vitamix. I'm sorry, I just don't have a solution, but in the meantime, squeeze the lemon, use the lemon juice, and do what you can, because the high-speed blender definitely works so much better. And you can also get like a little NutriBullet. That'll make it blend really well. And those are about $70 at Target. So you can.
Yeah, I the one I have is like a NutriBullet, but it's a blender top. It has
okay.
it like it, but it is new, that brand, but
Let me just show you.
it's just not enough.
What I often blend my lemon water in, and it worked. So all I do is I put the lemon in here with the water and olive oil, and I just put the top back on, and it blends pretty well. Have you tried it in a NutriBullet?
No, because I don't have that piece on mine. I just have the blender thing.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Try it with, and the blender didn't work for the lemon. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe get that piece, right? So
Yeah.
Linda, would you like to share what happened with you on the delicious detox?
I felt like I did better last week. I felt like I had, I think I planned a little better, my meals, my shopping. So I felt like I had a little more success. I've the only things I have not eliminated is the caffeine. And I've had a couple of days where I've had a glass of wine. So those are the two things, but everything else I've not done: the dairy or the sugar, the soy, the gluten, that I've eliminated. I've done the juice every morning. I've drank the tea every day. I have two different kinds. I have one that's called Get Clean, and so I'll have
I
that
like that one.
Yeah, it's so good. And then the one that you recommend, I have that usually at night. And I've drank my water every day. I don't think enough, but I'm trying to build that up. And I do put lemon in it. I have an amazing lemon tree, so I do that. And I made the muffins, the muffins that we had to bother you about.
So great. It's never a bother. Know that.
They were very good, though. Thank you. I appreciate your help. And I made the Brussels sprouts, with the vinegar. Oh my God. Like that was so
Aren't they
amazing.
fabulous?
They're so, my husband was like, this tastes like you're from a restaurant. Like they were so good. And I made enough that I could add them to my salad, like a couple, for a couple days. So yeah, that I'll definitely make that. It's a little tedious, right? Like, flipping them over and doing that piece, but it was totally worth it.
Nice. Yeah.
And I feel, I think the biggest piece for me is I feel much more in control. I feel that, I'm controlling what I'm eating. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to understand that I'm, am I full? I'm done? It's like at first I was like wasting this food. And then now I feel like I'm just putting smaller portions on my plate. So then I just it feels, you know, more, I feel more controlled. If I crave anything, for me, usually I'm bored, you know, that, and so I'm trying to, you know, kind of stay in touch with that. Like, you know, am I really hungry? Am I bored? Am I, you know, and not pick, which I think I did, you know, a lot more. And now I feel like you know, I had a little of the muffins a couple nights, like, you know, because they're really good, and they are not sweet, but they kind of satisfy like a sweet tooth or a sweet craving. So, you know, that's really it makes me feel peaceful that I am in control, that I'm not like, you know, just gonna grab anything or cook anything or order a dinner in, like, you know, it's very like organized and peaceful. So that's been really
Wow,
good.
you feel more in control. And what I loved was you told us so many things you did right. So I want everyone to start focusing on not things that we feel like we didn't do enough of or we aren't enough of. Focus on the things you're doing right because you're doing a lot right. And we are human. It's about progress, not perfection. And, you know, and you were talking about being bored. So I want you to think about the food. Will the food really satisfy the boredom? I mean, of course it doesn't, right?
Right. Yeah, no, not at
Yeah.
all. It's like, why are we having this?
Like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm bored out of my mind.
what
Yeah.
would be more lovely than this bored feeling? I mean, what would be more lovely than this food that isn't really going to satisfy me? I want you to all start to think, what could I be doing to really satisfy me? Now, one thing I do when I don't ever get bored, okay? Everybody says they're bored in COVID. It's like, I'm just having so much fun. But one thing I do when I just kind of feel like I'm meh, you know, like around the house, I'm just kind of meh. I walk outside and I look at the clouds. And then I hold out my hands and I say, what could be better than this? What could be better than this? Because then it's cool. The universe will bring you something better. It happens all the time. Or it's just so wonderful to stop and breathe and look at the clouds and see yourself in a different light. And that's when things really get even better. If we stay at that high vibe frequency, 90% of the time, our lives just go better and better. Because we face it, the world is made of energy. Tesla and Einstein proved it. And I'm sure you guys at the end of this, you may get sick of hearing me say that. But the more you bring yourself up and elevate yourself, you're going to be healthier. You're just going to be happier. And you're going to feel really good. So I want to walk you through.
I have a question. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So back to lemon water. When we blend a lemon and some olive oil in the blender, can we use alkaline water?
Can you what? Add alkaline water? Is that what you asked?
Instead of filter water, can we use alkaline water?
You're saying alkaline, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Alkaline water is great.
Okay.
And some of the alkaline waters aren't as purified, so it depends. But there's a lot of them that are. So just make sure it's a purified water, because some of the filtration alkaline water filters don't really purify the water. They just alkalize it, and you don't want to be using that. But if it's truly purified and alkalized, it's actually better for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So I want everyone to get that picture in your, you know what, we're going to do this. It's 7:40, and we're going to leave enough time at the end for questions. But before we do that, I just want to go through the commitment to yourself. So we're going to walk through the commitment, and then we're going to do an awesome meditation to really see yourself in that ideal body and that ideal life. So we know the more committed, wouldn't you all agree, the more committed you are to doing something, the more that happens. Just kind of raise your hand if you agree with that. Everybody agree with that? Great, yeah, so we're all on board, perfect. So we're not gonna do this commitment in a wimpy way. We're going to do it with gusto and enthusiasm to really commit yourself. And I want you to carry this through the week to really do this with gusto and enthusiasm. So when I say something, I just want you to repeat it, and you can say it out loud. Everybody's on mute, but say it out loud to yourself. So I want you to say, dearest body of mine, after careful thought and consideration, I hereby promise to. Now take a deep breath in and feel this in your body. Offer you healthy foods and drinks. Let it go down to the tip of your toes. Just feel it, feel it, feel it. What would it be like if you were living in that female animal, offering her healthy food and drink? Feel it. Then say, realize that you deserve to be healthy. Realize that you deserve to be healthy. Got that? And feel it. What would it be like to even be healthier than you are right now? Can you feel that in your body? Now say, overcome the addictions that hurt you. And see the picture of what it would be like if you could overcome the addictions that hurt you. Breathe that in. And next say, love and appreciate you for what you do. Think of something really wonderful or not so wonderful that you do, and love and appreciate yourself for what you do. Breathe it in. And now this is a good one. Say, accept that I have the power to heal you. So it's nothing external. You're the one that heals you. And I love this one. Adorn you with nice, comfortable clothes and shoes. Now, I don't think any of you have a problem with that. Feel it in your body. And this one is one I, in the past, have had trouble with. So it's realize that laughter, play, and rest help you feel good. Just feel that in your body. And think what you can do to have more laughter, play, and rest. And then exercise. Monica said something about exercise. If you're not exercising, I'd love you just to start moving in your body. So exercise regularly and appropriately for my body type. And that appropriate is so important. So now say it with me. Accept you and be grateful for you just the way you are. So let's say it together. I accept myself and I'm grateful for myself just the way I am. That's a good one. Yeah. And then we are learning to listen to our bodies. We're going to learn a lot more of that in the next module. But I'd like you to say, listen to the messages you are sending me when you are hurt or sick. So many of us just plow through life. So say, I will now listen to the messages that my body sends me. I will now listen to the messages that my body sends me when I am hurt and I am sick. Great job. The last one is, understand that my unexpressed emotions and thoughts affect me. Now, this is a big one, and we're just going to talk about it a minute. So I've had thyroid problems in the past, and I believe a lot of my thyroid problems were because this is your communication center. And I'm a great talker, okay? But I wasn't speaking my truth. So I want you to think about what it is that you're not expressing in your life that may be hurting you. And maybe journal on that this week. So let's repeat this. Say, I understand that my unexpressed emotions and thoughts are affecting me. My unexpressed emotions and thoughts affect me. And now, this isn't on the paper, but we're adding this. I will release those thoughts to heal my body. And now, I will release those thoughts to heal my body. Breathe that in. Just think what that would be like and contemplate it and maybe journal on it this week. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to go through a great 5-minute meditation. And I'm going to give you this meditation. It's a quick, short one, and I would love for you to see yourself there. So see yourself on a stage. Think about your ideal body and your ideal life, okay? Breathe that in. Think what you bulleted out. Sit comfortably. If your eyes are not already closed, just close your eyes and relax. And bring your mind to the number 3, 3 times. 3, 3, 3. Breathe in and feel your body relax. Bring your mind to the number 2, 3 times. 2, 2, 2. Feel your mind relax. Bring your mind to the number 1, 3 times. Feel your mind relax. 1, 1, 1. That puts you in the alpha stage. You're at your alpha level of mind when you're really a lot more open and receptive. And then see in front of you 20 degrees above your head. So with your eyes closed, look 20 degrees above your head. At the line of the horizon, see your middle screen. It's a big screen. Let it cover everything in front of you. Maybe it's a movie screen. It fills your entire line of vision. See it for yourself. Breathe in. I want you to see your chosen goal, the one you have for your ideal body and your ideal life. See it 3 years into the future. Breathe in and see it 3 years into the future. See the people you're with. Now bring as much color into this as you can. When we bring colors in, we make our visions more vibrant and they become more real. So see with much color. Pay attention to how you feel. See the joy, the bliss, the happiness. What are the emotions inside of you with this vision? See it. And if you have difficulty seeing in full color, I'm just going to teach you a simple technique. It's called image screen. It'll make your image more real. Describe yourself mentally. What are you seeing? Describe what you're seeing. See what that image looks like. Just describe it. Tell yourself what it is in your mind. It gets more vibrant and real. Describe it, describe it, describe it. Breathe in. Notice how the image becomes more real. See that mental screen. Observe what you're describing. Describe what clothing you're wearing, how you're feeling, what you're walking on. Breathe in. See yourself. I'm going to give you another moment to really feel it and see it. Feel the colors, feel the emotions, see yourself there. See it real. Describe it. You've just visualized your future. And now I'm going to walk you out of that alpha stage. I'm just going to count you up. 1, 2, 3. Ready to be wide awake in perfect health? 4, 5. Eyes wide open in perfect health and feeling better than before. Bring yourself out. Breathe in. That's what I would love for you to do all week long. You're going to have the recording. Was that nice for you? It's just short. As your neurotransmitters start seeing what you need and they'll start believing it. And you can create a much better ideal body and ideal life. So I'm going to go over what Linda wanted. Linda Connors, you wanted to know, first of all, did everyone take the spit and the burp test? So if you don't have candida, if your spit just stayed on the top, smooth as silk, don't worry about this. But at the end of that video, I totally explain this, and we'll send out the links for the supplements this week. The best thing you can do for yourself to get rid of candida is to eat like you're eating now, getting all the sugar out, okay? Kick the sugar out. The other thing is you can do an aloe juice, you can do a caprylic acid. There's a great probiotic, and we're going to send you the links for this so you don't need to take notes. There's a great probiotic that you can take. It's called Saccharomyces boulardii. You can take that 2 a day. It'll help you to get rid of the candida, but candida feeds on sugar. So you really want to consider doing everything on the delicious detox. And I also explained that I have a candida cleanse. It's super strict. So if you can't get rid of your candida, it might be something for you to consider. But Linda, does that answer your question? Linda Connors? Great, great, great. I see you shaking your head. So does anyone have any other questions? Or Penelope, do you have anything to add? I'm going to unmute you. Oops. Oh, sorry.
No.
We're both unmuting at the same time. Go ahead.
The only thing that I would have to add is that, you know, we were talking earlier when we first began about learning to love ourselves. And I always found that to be very difficult to look, you know, directly in the mirror and say, you know, I love you. So what I did, yeah, exactly right. So just something that it just dawned on me, and I had actually forgotten all about this. But one of the things that I did during the process of trying to, you know, connect with myself was that I found a photograph of myself as a child, you know, as a little girl, very little, like maybe 3, maybe younger than that. And I had a 16 by 20 oil painting done of that little girl. And I hung that when I was 43 years old. I hung that in my bedroom. And I learned to talk to that little girl about what I felt for her and what I really wanted for her. And to be able to be an adult woman nurturing this youngster. And in fact, I was really nurturing myself. But it was a much easier thing for me it was much easier to talk to this little person of me than this adult person of me. And it was very, very impactful. As a matter of fact, I was laughing because I thought to myself, where is that painting exactly? And I do know where it is, but I thought that was very interesting that that's the only way I could make that connection. I just had a blank wall when I was looking at myself going, oh yeah, you're wonderful. But once I looked at the little girl, I wanted to take care of her. And I shifted what I was doing. And I think I treated her much better moving forward. So just an experience.
Wow, thank you, Penelope. What
I'll show you the painting sometime.
Yes,
But it really is amazing, you know, when you look at yourself and you say, you know, I really love you and I want to take care of you, and, you know, and maybe get a little painting of, or a little thing of yourself and set it on your desk and say, you know, I'm going to feed you some really, really great food today. And I want your body to feel good. And I don't want you to be fearful anymore. And I love you and I cherish you. And I'm telling you, it's a lot easier to look at this little one than it was to look at me as an adult. I couldn't connect for some reason.
Wow, I get that. And it is. So think of your little girl in 3 Months to Thrive. That's the deeper program that really goes into so much more emotional after this program. We had it on Tuesday night, and the ladies had to get their little girl and bring it and put it in their heart and learn to walk with it and live with it. This little baby girl, and they got their parents, and they
Well,
all
you
played
eat much
together.
better when you think about taking care of a little one.
Yes,
For some reason, you shift to go, oh, that wouldn't be good for her. But this is really good for her. No wonder the Brussels sprouts were so good.
And the other thing I wanted to say, thank you for that, Penelope. Some people had trouble getting on the group meet. I know we got you on it, Linda, today. Thank you for working with me on that. I had a whole old phone number. So if you're not on the group meet, get on, participate. And if you're not on it, let's chat privately and get on it, because it's a lot of fun. We're going to have some dialogue, and Penelope and I will be leaving messages. Penelope's really good about sending messages and reminders about what we need to do on a regular basis through email. So watch for those, and I hope you enjoy those because I love them. And stay with the delicious detox. Listen to the meditation. Do the I love you exercise. And if you can't do it in the mirror, just do it. Make yourself the sensual animal. And this new meditation, it's about 5 minutes. So try it on. See yourself there every day and see what magic happens. Any last comments? Oh, Barbara, here, let me unmute you.
Tell me what a solar plexus is.
Oh, your solar plexus. So solar plexus is actually the third chakra. It's right here. It's below your ribs. Let me just stand on my tiptoes. Okay. It's below your ribs, and it's right in the center. It's right here. But your solar plexus is your power center. It's where in Indian medicine, if you believe in chakras and universal energy, the solar plexus is where we get our power from, where we get our confidence, where we really shine. And when this chakra is out of balance, it's much harder to feel like you're yourself. So I do an exercise every day where I'm just breathing back and forth. In the morning when I'm talking to myself and psyching myself up to start the day, telling myself it's going to be an ideal day, and I love myself, I actually breathe back and forth right into my solar plexus. It's one of the it's an energy medicine practice that I learned from Sue Morter, and I love it. So
thanks. Yeah, you mentioned it in your perfect day, and I'm like, what is a solar plexus?
Yeah, you can also just see it spin and energize it, because when you energize your chakras, you just feel better. Your body has more energy. Yeah. So I know everybody's commented on the delicious detox. Does everyone see the benefit of eating better, more whole, real foods? Yeah, so stick with that. Any other comments or questions before it's just an hour. So anything else? Well, think of love. Know that I love you and I'm standing for your success, and so is Penelope. We're here for you.
So much, Catherine.
Yeah.
So reach out if you need anything. And I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. But please chat, and enjoy next week's module.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
We're on our journey together.
Yes, you bet.
Bye.